Hi everybody, it's Sonia with Sunny K Creations. Hope you're having a great day. And we're going to do another Christmas project today. So if you're one of those ones that think it's too early, then sorry. But I got to get going because I have a bazaar in the middle of November. So we're going to be doing some Christmas stuff. We'll probably do some fall stuff too, but majority I'm going to be doing Christmas from now on. And everyday stuff probably. So come on in, let me know that you're watching, and we're going to get started. We're going to use a frame I got. Actually, I was going to use something else, and I went to a thrift store today and I found this frame, which I think is better. So, hi Tammy. And we're going to use moss by Waverly, of course, because that's the color scheme I like at Christmas. And I just got paint all over me. If you're watching on the replay, let me know that you're watching. Hi Rebecca Ann. So I went to the thrift store, and this had, it was actually a framed picture. Shoot. It was this picture, but I took it out. We'll save it. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it's called Pirate Story. But I took it out, and we're just going to use the frame and the backing that came with it. Hi Ann and Barbara. Yeah, so we're going to get going. We're going to do another Christmas project, and we're using a frame I got at the thrift store. We're going to use moss. I'm going to paint this first, and then this should paint pretty easy because it's nice wood. And then we'll move on to something else. Okay. We have something going on later tonight, so that's why I went on early. And then our kids are coming. My daughter and her husband and grandkids are coming tomorrow, so we have a parade and a party and different things on Saturday, and then Sunday is our last day at the church. So that's going to be an emotional day, and so I knew I wouldn't be able to go live again before next week, so I did it this earlier today. Kathy, you're from San Francisco. Cool. I've always wanted to go there. Never have been there yet. As many times as we've been to California. I haven't been there, I don't think, that I can remember. Hi Gladys and Deb and Barb and Jody. You guys started doing any crafting for Christmas yet? If you craft. I know some people on here do not craft. They just like to watch crafters, and I understand that. Oops, I almost missed this side over here. Make sure I got every side here. Oh, nope, I didn't. I'm glad I looked. I'll probably have to at least touch up a second coat. Maybe not. Hopefully won't have to do a full second coat, but we'll see. Hi Jan, do you ever sell your items after your videos? I used to do auctions, and I just haven't done them in a while. Right now I probably start saving my stuff for bazaars that I have locally. So I don't know. I don't normally, but if I have stuff left up after the bazaar, maybe I'll do an auction. I said that last year and I never did. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have a little piece of wood. It was just actually a piece of a chalk couture surface I had my husband cut down for me. But any kind of thin wood that you have. But I just am not big on the shipping, and I don't do it a lot, so I don't have places. I don't have a lot of room to ship, but I'll do an auction every once in a while, but it's just been a while. Maybe we'll see. Maybe after the bazaar. Because I always have some stuff left. I do sell a lot, majority of what I make, because mine are usually one-of-a-kind items. A lot of times when you go to bazaars, people make the same of, you know, all just like a few things. They make a whole bunch of the same. Well, mine are all from lives mostly. Not all, but I just use what I have in my stash, and I make mostly just one-of-a-kind things. Alright, so I just painted that. And then I have a little piece of just like a square dowel. And I already put a coat on that. I'm going to put one more coat. Okay, so that, we'll let that all sit, and then we'll come back to it. Got this a little thick. Most of this thing is going to get covered, but okay. Hi Angela. Alright, so let me try to move this out of the way so that we can work on the next part. Alright, so the back of it just had, the back of this frame was just a piece of cardboard, but we're going to make that work. And we're going to take off the tags. Or at least this tag. I'll do that one later. Okay, so we're going to just glue a piece of my favorite paper on here, and really I have one more big piece of that, and then I have lots of little pieces. So if we use that much paper, if I don't get any more of that paper, we do any projects, it'll be just probably a lot of small ones with it. So I'm just gluing it on with a glue stick. I don't think I got it exactly the right size, but that's okay. Let's put that on there. Use this thing to get it pressed down good. Oh, that would be so nice, Tammy, but don't feel like you have to, but I would appreciate it because I do use it. Alright, so I'm just going to take this and just cut it off. If it was going to be an exposed like edge, I would sand it because I like the look of that better. But this is going to go in the frame, so it doesn't matter. This part's not going to show. Okay, so we have that. Make sure it's good and stuck down. All right, now we'll go back to this. Trying to be a little more organized. Hi Dixie, hi Crafting with Annie. I haven't seen you on here in a little bit, but you could have been here. I just don't always catch it. Hi Karen from Nevada. All right, so let me dry these and then see if we need to put any more coats on them. This thing is a mess. I think it's going to be fine without a second coat. Hi, Stephanie. Are you guys sprinkling? If you don't know what that is, it just means to share the video so other people see it. It's definitely not a full coat, but I mean it's got some spots showing through, but you know I'm going to sand it anyway, so I'm going to not worry about it. Hi Karen. Yes, I've done several Christmas things. Don't know what I'm going to do with them, or which I'm going to, or who I'm going to kill. I don't know what that says. Oh shoot, I just lost it. I don't know what it says. Alright, almost done here. Let me get this spot. This one's not perfect, but it's not gonna, the whole thing's not gonna show anyway. It's on the edges, so that's all I'm caring about really. Alright. I'm glad you're here, Constance. Alright, so I'm going to take this thing, and we're going to work on that. So, I think I'll sand it a little on the edges before I work on it anymore. I guess I'm not going to sand too much because it's white underneath, and I'm probably going to take distressing ink to it, so maybe I don't want it to be white. Okay, so we just have our piece, and then I have a piece of, you guys seen me do this 100 times, but a piece of fabric that I just ripped to the right size. And then we're just going to put that right on here with a glue stick. So I think I'll use glue on this part. Might need to get another glue stick. This one's getting towards the bottom. this on here. And somehow I got paint on it. Hopefully it won't show. Oh yeah, I'm going to put it up a little closer to the top and you'll see why eventually. Oops, I got it too far on that side. Alright, so I just put it on like that, more towards the top, and you'll see why here just a second. But before we move on, we're gonna use another Chalk Couture transfer today. That's a current one that we have. So I put the links to them above, just like normal. It takes you to a cart, what they call a cart link, and then you can take out other. I put the ink, the paste, and the squeegee. If you just want the transfer, you can just take the other stuff out, whatever. But this one says Santa's Sweets, only for the good, always handmade with love, North Pole. Has like candies and holly, and it's just a really cute kind of a vintage looking transfer. It's as you can see, it's kind of a small transfer, but it's really cute. So we're going to take that and we're going to put that on top of this fabric here. I haven't used the Santa mold yet. Nope. I'm thinking about what I want to do with it first. I'm trying to center this. Should fit just about perfect. Okay, so I'm just putting it on my, and you should probably let your fabric dry, the glue dry, but I never do. And then when I take up this transfer, it's probably going to stick, but pull up the material, but that's okay. I'm using black. You could use all different colors, but I just like black. If you've never seen these, they're just like reusable or like silk screen transfers. Kind of like stencils, but they're a lot better because they don't have the holes in the middle. They're like have a screen kind of thing. And they can be used over and over. Oh, I almost went off the edge. Maybe I did a little bit, but I don't think it'll show in the grand scheme of things when we get done with what we're going to do. And then just get any of the extra off so you don't waste it. Okay. And then just pull it off slow, I always say, because you might miss a spot and you don't want to miss the spot. And you can lay it back down. Yeah, it's kind of pulling up the fabric, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Yeah, I see a spot right here where I kind of missed. So I lay it back down and add a little more. Oh, that wasn't the right spot. I guess that's how it just looks. It's supposed to look vintagey. That's why it has some spots where you think maybe you missed it, but I'm going to dry it and then I can glue it back down a little bit better. You can see it better now that it says Santa's Sweets, always handmade with love, North Pole, only for the good. I don't know what that means, only for the good, but okay. keep wanting to push it down, but I gotta get it dried before I do that. It doesn't take long to dry. Okay, so I'm just going to take my glue stick, and it sticks fine. It's just if you don't let it stick before you do the transfer, then it's liable to pull it up. That's really not very many spots pulled up, just that first part. That looks so cute. It looks kind of like a postcard or something. All right, so we have that. Now before we go on, I think I'm going to add a little distress ink, like normal. Just kind of go along. I'm not going to put too much. Not even going to go on the bottom edge, because the bottom edge is not going to show at all. Okay, so just kind of did that. Put that off to the side, see if this is dry. Pretty dry, so we're going to sand this a little bit. Bring some of that wood back. That's why I wasn't too concerned that I missed some spots. And I bought this frame because I liked the detail on it. I knew it would look good when you sand it a little bit. Here, let me get this paste put away. Okay. One less thing in my way. Okay. I knew this would be a really good frame because the wood one's distressed so good, and then the detail I'll show you of the frame just looks good when you distress it. Almost done here. I did all the sides. I could always distress it more. I kind of like the way that looks. It's pretty good. You can see. Don't know what I'm going to do with him is what I was supposed to say. Oh, I'm sure somebody would love it for a gift or something. Okay, so this isn't quite dry on the back. Let me just dry it just a little bit. It got kind of in those little tabs that you pull down, they kind of gooped up. So I'm going to get some of that out because I'm going to use those right when I get it on the paper. I guess it'll be on the back, but still. Actually, we can just let that dry for a little bit longer while we go back to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this into like a little shelf. So we're going to take this little piece that I had that I painted, and we're going to distress that as well. This doesn't want to distress as well. Sanding box falling apart. Okay, so we have that. So what I'm going to do is before I put on the thing, this is supposed to be approximately the right size, yeah. I'm just going to glue this on to make like just a little shelf like that. So we're going to use some wood glue and mostly wood glue, but a little bit of hot glue, and then we can let this sit for a minute while we work on the rest so it will actually stay together. So I'm gonna, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, to think how I was doing this. Probably gonna stick it to the table, but really don't know how to do it unless I just do it this way. Let's see. Let's like hold it for a second. Oh, that didn't work. I might have to do it on the project, but I kind of wanted to do it this way, but we might do it the other way because this is just gonna be hard. It'll work either way. Yes, we are leaving our church. We're going to stay in the area, but my husband took a fire chief position, but he still will be in the ministry as a chaplain for the sheriff's department and for the fire department, so he'll be doing both those things. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm not going to, I don't think I'm going to glue because I have the little tabs. Shoot, one of the tabs is in the way. Maybe not. So I was worried about messing around with it too much and getting paint on where I don't want it to be. Oh no, don't do that. There we go. Here's the other one. Got it. If there's any paint on the other side, well, we'll have to figure out how to hide it. I don't see any. It looks perfect. So that you know how it always looks. Okay. So then we're going to take our little thing, and the reason I wanted to do it ahead of time is because I kind of wanted to be able to just put it exactly where I want, but we'll just have to use both pieces at the same time. And so I want to put it right in the middle. I might try to measure, me measuring. Maybe I'll just use this, okay. And I'll mark on the glue stick where it's at. That doesn't work. Let's see. I can tell it needs to go over this way. That's pretty close that way. Down just a little bit. Let me lift it up and see. So I think I liked it up just a little bit. Alright, we're just going to go with that and say it's good. So I'm just going to make some little marks where the corners need to go. And put glue on the back. I know, I would count the stripes, but it's like it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like different stripes on each side because this one has the off-white on the outside, and that one has the red on the outside, so I always like, how do I do that? So I'm just going to put a lot on here, and then I'm going to put some hot glue. See where my marks are. Okay, I see them. Where are they now? They're there. Pick it up and make sure it's straight. Okay. Looks good to me. You pick it up now. Yeah, it looks pretty straight. So have that on there like that. And then I want to take this, wipe off this glue I put on it earlier. So it sticks better. Okay, so I'm not going to put it on the top. I think I'm just going to put it on the back of this one. Yeah. Trying to stick it up close to that as I can. There's a little gap there, but we're going to zhuzh that up. You know, we're going to put something on that shelf, so we don't have to worry about that. So that's how it looks from the side. I just wanted a little narrow shelf. Thanks, Christine. All right, so then we're gonna put, since it's Santa's sweets, we got to put some sweets on there. So I went through all my Christmas stuff and I found different things. All these are from Hobby Lobby. I have this little rolling pin. It says hot cocoa, but I don't want that to show. I just want this part to show. It was an ornament I cut off the hanger. It was from Walmart last year. And I have some little, they're actually foam, little snowmen or gingerbread men. We might use those. Might use some other things. I'm not sure yet. Okay. So let's see. Let's figure out how we're going to do. That's why I put the picture up a little bit, because I wanted to have more room down here. So, because I wanted to kind of put, I didn't want any of the words to, you know, be obstructed, I guess is the word. All right, so I'm going to start, I don't know if I should put a little wood glue on here or not. Oh, too much. I'm going to start by just putting one kind of leaning right here. Should have put a little hot glue right here. I'm going to put this other one on top of that. It's my favorite part. I love putting on the candies and all the fun stuff. And I have some little ones. I think I'm going to put maybe put a little stack of them right here. Let's see. Not a big stack, just two little ones. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Kind of stacked them first, and then I'm gonna put it right there. then I think I'm gonna take, well, I have this big guy. I don't know if I want that. Where's the other ones I was thinking about using? Oh, I know. I had, oh, they're under here, that's why. Okay, I have, this was another Walmart ornament that was like a little mixing bowl. I'm thinking about using that. Kind of putting it here with, I don't know, I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. I just cut off the little things. I don't know what one I want here. I also have this. It's just a little candy piece. I don't think I want that one. Let's take the little clip off this one, or a little hanger. I do want a taller one here. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't know what I want to do here. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, we'll just do that. Make sure it's stuck there good. Oops, that's not stuck there good. Thanks, Janet. Yeah, the rolling pin's cute. I have one left, I think a pink one. It came in a set of ornaments. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Christmas paper yet, Marcia, but hopefully it's still coming. All right, let's see if we want to add some little gingerbread guys. I think I do. They look like they're felt. They're like foam, I mean, but I think they're cute anyway. You can't tell that they're foam once you put them on here. These came in a little bottle from last year from maybe the year before even, but from, oh gosh, Joann's. But I don't think we'll be finding them there this year. Hopefully they'll be somewhere else. Just kind of putting them wherever. Different levels. I like to have things at different levels, so different heights, I guess you'd say. Can't tell if you can see. Alright, it's looking cute. Let's add a little, we still have more, a couple more steps. Oh, my back hurts today. I'm going to add a little distress ink to the outside of the frame just to match the rest. Not too much because I like the distressing it already has, but just a little bit. I guess I should add a little to here. I'm not going to add it to the top because you'll see why I don't like to do that. To the top of the shelf. I'm just going to do it to the bottom of the shelf a little bit. Okay, just a little bit of that. Yeah, maybe Michael's will have them. Pretty cute so far. Okay, so I'm looking around to see if there's anything else I want to add. I have these little houses that are gingerbread. I think these are from Hobby Lobby, but I don't really like the color. They kind of don't match with the color of the other gingerbread, so I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna have that space in the middle. I kind of like that there's a little space in the middle. I wish I had some small candy canes, but I don't. I'm just using what I had from last year. So, okay, so now what we're gonna do is first we're gonna add icing. And I only have a little bit left, and then I have a little jar. This is puffy paint, tulip. This is the kind of like tulip brand, shiny white from, I get it at Walmart. But then they have this puffy kind. This is, I don't think this is tulip brand. I don't know what brand this is, but we're gonna, make sure I'm not gonna do anything else before I add this, because we're gonna do this and we're gonna add some sprinkles. So usually I just put all my, like if I make a, anything with all these little embellishments, I put them on, and then I put the icing around it. Then you know where you want it, and you don't kind of waste it. I want it to look like it's kind of dripping off the table, or the shelf, I mean. Like somebody really messy was working in the kitchen. I guess it's Santa, or Santa's wife. I'm a very neat cook, so it wouldn't be me, but I'm a clean as you go kind of person. Not when I'm crafting live though, because it's just too hard to do then. But I do clean it as soon as I get off my live. Always have to do this last because this takes overnight to be where you could actually touch it, but it takes like 24 hours to be completely dry. That looks adorable. I think I'm going to put some on the top of the mixing bowl as well. Kind of dripping out that mixing bowl a little bit. Okay, so you can see I put it on the mixing bowl. And then I'm going to take sprinkles and put them in that. So I have some more that came. This is like the little jars that those gingerbread men came in from Michael's. They also have these. I have those, and I also have a whole bunch of different ones in here. I was thinking maybe the green ones. Let's see. I just forget how you open this without making a mess. Whoa. I got this at a garage sale. It's pretty cool. It's like you can put all little teeny things in there, and they stack up, but they're separate. So, put all my sprinkles in there. So I'm just going to sprinkle these on here. Let's see. I might use some of those other ones too. I might just put a few of these because the green's a little bit different than the green that I have. So. Okay. Alright, so I added those. It looks like snow, yeah. Snow or icing, yeah. I'm going to add some of these too. These have some little jewels in it as well. I don't really like the jewels that much. I'm going to try to pick those out. They're fine, but I don't really like them. Okay. And just a couple more for here on the end. And then one more green one. I didn't put one on the mixing bowl. Oops, go on this one. Okay, let me look at it. Here's one I missed. I think it's adorable. Simple but adorable. What do you guys think? I'll get it close so you can see the middle part. Make sure got it everywhere I want it to be. Make sure they're all touching the snow. I'm going to add a little snow in these parts where I can kind of see if you're looking from the top. I don't like to be able to see the green shelf underneath it. But when it gets to the bottom, it starts doing that, and I don't like that either, but that's better. I like it. I think it's cute. It's got a rolling pin and a mixing bowl, candies, Santa's sweets, always homemade with love. I'm glad you guys like it. Very simple. I think it turned out cute. So that's all I have for tonight. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll put pictures of it. Make sure you sprinkle this live and the picture I put on tomorrow. And I will see you next time. Bye.